Hello, I'm Adam Bell. I'm going to give you a few quick tips for using your office phone away from the office. So in order to do this, you have to have either one of two types of phones. You have to have a hosted PBX by a vendor like RingCentral, Nextiva, Citricom, one of those companies, or a company like that. Or you need to have a local PBX that is controlled by your phone, whoever your phone vendor is, and they have the full functionality and everything turned on. So if you want to take your phones home, or if you want to work from somewhere else, one of the easiest, quickest things to do is to forward your phones. Just simply forward your phone to a cell phone or another phone, and the good thing about that is it immediately comes. The bad thing about that is that now if you try to make a call from your mobile phone, it's not going to present as if it comes from your company phone. It's going to come from your cell phone. And that means your vendors or people that you may not want to have your cell phone will have your cell phone. If it's your company phone, it doesn't matter then. So that's one way. And then you could also use soft phones. And a soft phone is a software phone rather than the hardware phone. And you have options of like a desktop app, or you can do an app on your phone. Android and iPhone both have, with most vendors, they have a soft phone that you could use. The good thing about it is that you can use it anywhere. The other good thing is that it will present as if you're in the office. And a lot of soft phones have a lot more functionality that you wouldn't get obviously in a forward, but you would get a lot of the functionality that you can do in the office, such as forwarding the phones, seeing who's on the phone, modifying and listening to voicemails, that kind of thing. So that's nice, and you can get that on your computer or your mobile device depending on the app and depending on the vendor. The thing to be considered, or actually the thing to consider, is call quality can be less than if you're in the office. It can also be less if you're on cell phone only rather than Wi-Fi. So like when I'm at home working on my app on my phone, I use it on my Wi-Fi because I get really good coverage on my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is really close. But when I'm out and about and I'm driving on my cell phone, just on the cell phone data, the quality can be less. The quality can drop. Actually, the codecs have gotten better recently, at least with my vendor, and the call quality seems to go, or it seems to be better. Now, every vendor, you're going to face that whatever you've got. But like I said, if you're going to be on the cell phone, make sure that you do have good cell signal. Now, a lot of office phones that aren't on a hosted PBX but are on a cloud PBX, you can just take the phone home. But what happens is people often forget that their phone needs power. So they have to bring the power cord, or most of like our offices, when we install a phone, we install it over power over Ethernet. So the phone actually gets its power from the Ethernet connection. So you want to talk to your IT people about how to power that phone before you take it home. You don't want to go buy a power over Ethernet switch. They're more pricey than regular switches. Another thing to consider is the Ethernet ports. And if you're taking your phone to your home, you may only have one internet connection to your computer. Now, if you look at the bottom side of the phone, there's typically two ports. There's a network port and there's a computer port. And the network port, might look like three squares or three rectangles that are tied together with lines or something along those lines to indicate network. And then the computer kind of looks like a computer. So you would take the network cable out of your computer, plug it into the phone, and then plug another cable from your computer into the computer icon on your phone. And when you do that, your internet is passing through the phone, and now your computer has internet again. The other thing not to do is don't put a switch, a little cheap switch with your phone plugged into that, because the quality can be poor, and if you're watching videos or if you're on a conference call or anything, you can have poor quality on your phone. So it works better to flow through like I described. The other thing to consider is your office phone is registered to the address of your office, not your home. And that only matters is if there is a 911 call. If you have to place an emergency phone call from that phone, they're not going to come to your house. They're going, or wherever you've got the phone, they're going to go to your office. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you put a note or something on the phone saying, don't use this phone for 911, because it's not going to be it's not going to go to the right place. But other than that, you know, your phones can work from anywhere. You know, there's always little gotchas. But thanks for listening, and happy remote working.